Wondering, Honorable Minister, why you people preach patriotism, yet you are not patriotic. You pretend like serving good food, yet you know very well that you have poison in that food. Yes. You know the curse you are creating for your family. You know what coffee means to most of our families. Yes. Why are you serving one person?
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to dive into a big issue affecting Uganda's coffee industry and potentially millions of livelihoods. So the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, which we all know as the UCDA, may be dissolved. Yes, you've heard me right. There is currently a debate in Parliament that could lead to the end of the UCDA, which I've told you that it's the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, and it has many people concerned. So in today's video I'm going to show you what was going on within the parliamentary meeting that took place last week, and you hear what MPs were talking about. So the question is, what does the Uganda Coffee Development Authority do, and why does it matter so much to the people? So for the past decades, the Uganda Coffee Development Authority has been at the forefront of Uganda's coffee industry, and it is the agency that regulates the coffee quality, provides support to farmers, and maintains certification standards that allow Uganda to compete internationally. So coffee is one of Uganda's most important exports, bringing in a lot of revenue and supporting countless jobs. So the Uganda Coffee Development Authority's role is essential. So recently the government proposed dissolving the UCDA, which I've told you that this is the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, suggesting that merging it with the Ministry of Agriculture may save costs, streamline operation, but this proposal has sparked a lot of debate. MPs and other stakeholders are questioning whether is this the right move for Uganda's coffee industry. Here is what some MPs and experts are worried about.
Wondering, Honorable Minister, why you people preach patriotism, yet you are not patriotic. You pretend like serving good food, yet you know very well that you have poison in that food. Yes. You know the curse you are creating for your family. You know what coffee means to most of our families. Yes. Why are you serving one person instead of the whole country? Yes. You mean you don't know? You mean you don't know what you are doing? We know that you are serving poison, pretending that you are giving us good food. I strongly deviate from what you are trying to bring to this house. I beg to submit.
Madam Speaker, I am at pain. I am a coffee farmer, and I represent so many coffee farmers out there who are worried about what is going to become of a dissolution of an agency that regulates and promotes coffee in this country. Our colleagues here are just thinking about merging. We are talking about livelihoods. We are talking about our lives. This is not about merging one organization and the other. We are saying this agency has the sole responsibility of regulating coffee industry in this nation. Coffee brings in the main foreign exchange. Many of our people depend on coffee. Now you're here saying we are just merging. The law is saying dissolution. The law you have provided for is saying you're going to dissolve. UCDA, do not take us for fools. Do not take us for fools. Yes, you don't come here and...
Honorable members,
it's not our business. This is our life.
Honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, Kabanda.
Right, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, honorable members.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I want
just a minute. Just a minute. Honorable members, even if you want to achieve something, you don't have to get noisy. You don't have to get noisy. This is a house of intellectuals. This is a house where we are going to debate and debate for the people out there. And we must debate with sanity. So, honorable members, I need you to listen. There is a clarification that I need to get. On the issue of dissolution, on the issue of mainstreaming, on the issue of merging, I would want to get a clarification from the front desk on that. Yes, honorable.
But honorable. Right, Honorable Speaker, before the minister comes in, Honorable Nsamba is a member of the budget committee. He was the member of the budget committee.
Not a member of the budget committee.
Stop shouting.
Yes. Honorable Nsamba should not mislead the country and this house that UCDA has the sole responsibility of promoting our coffee. When he was a member of the budget committee, he himself appropriated money for a private company, 37 billion, to go to that company to go and promote our coffee. Wasn't that a vote of no confidence in UCDA by you, the members of parliament?
Honorable members, honorable members, Susan, Goretti, sit down. Goretti, sit down. Okay.
Madam Speaker.
Christine.
Madam Speaker, my name has been mentioned.
Christine.
Madam Speaker.
Yes.
Madam Speaker, Honorable Kabanda.
Honorable members, in the public gallery, we have pupils and teachers from St. Kigero Primary School, located in Busiro South, Wakiso. When the speaker is speaking, you keep quiet. I will need a clarification. Honorable Minister, you first sit. I will need a clarification from the chairperson of budget. Honorable members, these members are represented by Honorable Matovu Charles and Honorable Naluima Ethel. You're most welcome. Honorable Chair, Honorable Minister, I'm going to give you to speak. I am going to give you. Can I hear from the chairman of from budget? Chairman budget. I will give you after budget. Honorable members, free sitting. Honorable members, you will not say no. You did not carry that chair from me.
I thank you, Right Honorable.
Honorable Chair.
Honorable colleagues, I would like us to put records right as we debate. Honorable Kabanda alleges that Budget Committee appropriated 37 billion to a private company. We must make it clear, Budget Committee does not appropriate money. It's a parliament that appropriates monies. And I therefore ask that statement of Honorable Kabanda be expunged from our records. I beg to move.
But was the money, the parliament appropriate 37 billion?
Yes, parliament appropriated the money. Parliament appropriated the money.
Honorable members, listen.
It appropriated money to a private company in order to promote coffee. And honorable colleagues, we also need to take to note that even UCDA was a baby of government. And that was in interest of government to promote coffee development. And now the same government has said they have another avenue to promote the same. I beg to move.
Speaker, my name was...
Let me first start out to...
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker. The money Honourable Kabanda is talking about was given to Edwin and Rabogo to go and establish a coffee factory. Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable, please, let's respect our rules. Let's have respect for our rules. You don't speak about people who are not in their house.
Madam Speaker, I was part of the budget committee, Madam Speaker. But that money was passed the 3%. The 3% prior to parliamentary approval. It was not the budget committee.
It was a procedural matter.
Right, Honourable Speaker. Right, Honourable Speaker.
Nakato, why are you people talking like? Are we in a market?
Right, Honourable Speaker, I come from northern Uganda. At a time when the President was addressing the country, when he told the country that something that contributes to the development of the country, number one is coffee. And I didn't understand the importance. And of recent, we have done our best to make sure that in our talk show, in our community mobilization, we are mobilizing our people to plant coffee. And I must tell you, I am happy and excited when I see the pressure in the House when it comes to a situation that is touching coffee in the country. And therefore, I know I have been interacting with many members of Parliament who come from areas where coffee growing is. And it looks like we are under pressure from the voters who are saying, protect areas where we are receiving our money, and they think there is something going wrong when coffee is touched. Right, Honourable Speaker, something which is very important in this world is what we call change. And when change is coming,
honourable members, let's give each person time to speak.
And when change is coming, people will always be threatened. They don't know exactly what will happen after the change. Whether it is going to be a positive change, whether it's going to be a negative change, they will not understand it at all. I know a situation where we were also informed, for us we don't sit in the caucus. The same environment we are facing now is also what was going on in the caucus meetings. And therefore that shows to you something has not been done right still. if this is something that is really bothering us, why don't we get a proper way to make sure people understand this situation well? And that's why I like the question you ask. And I wish we give time with soberness so that the minister explain and we understand whether this authority will be dissolved, and if it is going to be dissolved, personally I will not support it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mapenduchi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to believe that when you decide to create an entity, you create with specific targets and intentions. And time and again, you have to review or assess whether that entity is performing to your expectation. It is a fact that government created this entity. And it is the responsibility of government to assess and determine whether the entity is performing to its expectation. It is also the mandate of the same government, after review, to determine whether there is need to create a new direction. I think the intention of the merger is probably to create a more effective strategy in as far as the promotion of coffee is concerned. Right Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, the committee painted a picture yesterday. The committee painted a beautiful picture yesterday in as far as the work of Coffee Development Authority is concerned. But I want to say this. I think we should also recognize the fact that there are parts of the country that would have done much better in coffee if the authority had paid attention. And that is northern Uganda. I think as we plan to rationalize, government needs to put very particular interest in ensuring that the things that government did not do in promoting coffee development in northern Uganda needs to be taken more seriously. I support that the merger goes on. Thank you.
Joan.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Please. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, UCDA is there to promote and to oversee.
Clarification, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, the members of Parliament are discussing a merger. This is not a merger. What the Honorable Mapendus is talking about, it is none of what we are discussing. This is not a merger. Let the minister explain so that people understand.
But
there is no merger here.
You are the same people who don't want the minister to stand.
No, but they are talking about a merger.
Honorable Minister, just a minute. Honorable Minister, I want you to tell us about the rationalization, accreditation, about the capacity of Minister of Agriculture, the dissolution, the merger, and the mainstreaming.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
And then are we abolishing, dissolving, or not?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues. I would request that we listen to each other so that we take informed decisions. First of all, I want to make an observation. The observation I want to make is that the committee ignored the submission of government and the intentions and the benefits of rationalization and adopted the report of dissenting views of the staff who are going to be rationalized. Two, I want to make a clarification that we don't intend to abolish the functions of UCDA. We are actually maintaining the functions of UCDA, but in a streamlined manner in a department like we have done for any other agency. We we are also, government also, the intentions.
You made your submission. Sit.
You see, this is the problem. We also we don't intend to lay off core subject matter specialists, those who are competent, that are doing regulatory roles of UCDA as mandated by government. We are only shading off duplicated staff like procurement. We are taking off the board. And it is the view of government that this money should be saved and put into service delivery of the citizens. Right Honourable Speaker.
Let him finish, then you will ask for
people
clarification.
raise the issue
Let him finish.
of accreditation. Government has designated authority to UCDA to represent us wherever they have been representing us. The same government is going to designate the department to represent us. We don't want to adulterate the functions of UCDA and the laws. The same department will implement these laws. Now, people who have fears that the absence of UCDA will undermine coffee production, you must be mindful of our history that when we had the coffee boom during Amin's time, UCDA was not there. Let's listen. Order.
Members, let's listen.
Now,
members, let's listen.
There are fears of members about people who are going to lose jobs.
Honorable Nashua, Indiwalana.
Nobody.
Are you looking after chaos by standing
Nobody.
when somebody is speaking?
No employee of UCDA whose competence is required in regulation is going to be laid off. The truth of the matter is that the agencies are associated with fat salaries. Well,
Honorable members,
why don't you allow me to
you
finish, Honorable Seungu? Let me finish.
Let him finish, then
Now,
you will raise.
Their own contracts. These contracts are not going to be terminated. But when the contracts end, they will be subjected to the structure of public services, which was approved by this Parliament of the scientists. So, the issue of accreditation. UCDA is not accredited to any international organization, and anybody who wants to say should come and meet that organization. You must also recall that when UCDA took a decision to withdraw from ICO without the consultation of government and parliament, you are blaming them here. Therefore, the same government is saying we want to streamline the operations of government, like we have done with other regulatory bodies of government like DDA. UCDA follow suit. Now, one minority report member mentioned something, and I'm very surprised that you do not pick it. Internationally, if we have to trade, we have to make sure that our especially foodstuffs and whatever we do conform to national standards. The government is in the process of creating a food and agriculture authority. First, listen.
Honorable members.
Please listen. Which order?
Honorable members.
First
Respect
listen
to
and
what
then
the
which
minister.
order?
Listen to the minister.
Now, currently, these products are being regulated by National Drug Authority. Government, in its wisdom, has realized that we have to separate these from medical inputs. But listen.
Honorable Minister, honorable members, listen, let's have an art of listening to each other and say the minister lied in this and this. You first listen to him and that will form your debate. Honorable Minister.
Now, this body will take on the regulatory functions of all foodstuffs, including cocoa, including tea. Now, those who are pushing for the authority, shall we have the authority for cassava, authority for banana, authority for beans, authority for maize? Madam Speaker, let's be sober. Let's be sober.
Honorable members, sit.
Right, Honorable Speaker, one member, and yesterday,
so right, Honorable Speaker,
the leader of opposition and other members, the transition of 3 years.
Thank
right,
you so much,
Honorable
Speaker.
Because of
Switch on.
Because of the heat that has been associated with the UCDA rationalization, government in its wisdom has given 3 years for a transition. Right, Honorable Speaker, this will give time for people to understand that the same government that has promoted coffee, the same government that has created the Coffee Development Authority, is the same government that wants to empower farmers to earn more. Yes. Right, Honorable Speaker, somebody mentioned that when it is not broken.
Flavia, I'll give you. You see.
When it is not broken, why do you fix it? Right now, we are looking at efficiency in our production services. When people are talking of energy-saving equipment, when people are transforming automobiles into electricity, you cannot say I maintain a diesel engine because it is working. It is spending much money. This is the spirit of government. Right, Honorable Speaker. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Order.
The authorized agency.
Can I have order?
The authorized agency now we are talking about, it derives the same authority from the government. And I want to say, right, Honorable Speaker,
Hajat, I'm going to give you to
that
debate.
Minister of
I'm going
Agriculture
to give you to debate.
is not in intensive care unit. If it was in intensive care unit, it will not produce children. Right, Honorable Speaker,
as an answer, I will send you
I
out.
request members to
I will send
understand
you
the
out.
spirit of... Just listen. We have made a submission to this House, and the spirit of government is to operate efficiently and deliver services to the best of its capacity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. You have given me. Thank you.
Honorable.
Right Honorable Speaker, the role of UCDA is to promote and oversee coffee. For 30 years, UCDA has done this excellently, but in very selected regions of this nation. Now, have just woken up to coffee excuse me, Madam Speaker, can I have my privilege as a member of Parliament? Madam Speaker,
honorable members,
find the 7 enterprises that are lucrative, and coffee is at the top of those enterprises. But for 30 years, and number 2, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg for my privilege as a member of Parliament to speak. I beg for my privilege as a member of Parliament to speak in this House.
Honorable members, can you kindly keep quiet?
Right Honorable Speaker, when Ministry of Agriculture...
Just a minute. Honorable members, I want you to listen. Can you... If you don't keep quiet, I will not give anybody to speak. Honorable members,
This is our livelihood. What about us?
I know people. Now I am going to get people who are clear-headed. Dr. Baiga. Dr. Baiga, Hajat, Honorable Lubega. Dr. Baiga.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Baiga.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Can you people listen?
Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I'm asking for the attention. Let me speak.
Doctor, you speak.
Under these circumstances, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg your indulgence to take control of your house.
Alan, why are you standing? Alan. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Dr. Baiga.
No, please, we are not mad people here.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Doctor.
Honorable members.
Madam Speaker, we have heard you why I was standing up.
I am
very clear-headed. I'm not a mad person. So to say that you are choosing only clear-headed.
Dr. Baiga.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you. I listen
Honorable
very
members,
attentively.
listen to Dr. Baiga.
I listen very attentively to Honorable Bright Rwamirama. and I felt he was misleading this house. The law is clear, in black and white. It is seeking to abolish, to dissolve UCDA. You may talk about the functions. You may talk about the functions being mainstreamed. But these functions are carried with them by UCDA. And UCDA, as an entity, is an accredited entity with 23 years of experience, gathered technical expertise, and you have not guided this house.
Honorable
Uganda is going to lose that accreditation, and it takes a long time to get it. As the office bearer, you should have guided this house. That once this accreditation is lost, Right Honorable Speaker, it is going to take us very long time, and we shall have lost the market. And once we lose the market, the livelihood of our people is affected, and very negatively. He's not telling us that.
Honorable, we are talking about accreditation. That should be answered. And then the functional mainstreaming. Yes.
Accreditation takes long time, and he knows it. It takes 5 years to 10 years. But once our competitors realize that we have abolished the agency that was taking over this role, they will rejoice, because they will definitely take over the markets. And how are you going to be happy when the rest of the people are crying? I can see fellow members of parliament being organized to mob.
Honorable Aisha, Honorable Lumo.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Right
Honorable Speaker.
I am Aisha, not you.
Privilege. On my right of privilege.
Just a minute. Jen, just hold.
Allow me respond to two issues. Number one,
honorable members, listen to Aisha.
Thank you. It is not the fault of UCDA that Northern region has not been major growing coffee for different regions. And Uganda government allocated Northern region for cotton. Therefore, it was not UCDA, and we must not blame UCDA for that. Number two, Right Honorable Speaker, edge of taking UCDA. Madam Speaker, let me mention this.
Clarification, Madam Speaker.
Can you be patient? Could you have a pen and paper and write?
Clarification.
Honorable Minister,
would you have a pen and paper and write? I want to inform First Honorable Bright Ramirama that I was an NRM cadre that explained these policies on radio, therefore I know them very well. What you did, I was explaining. And you designated products for particular regions. If the minister had desired that UCDA extends coffee, UCDA should have done as such. It was the minister that desired that North should not grow coffee. At the time when you did that coffee goes across, they have started extending coffee all over. Having said that, no, Honorable Speaker, I was interrupted. I was saying that it is not the privilege of government executive to take away everything they establish as they desire. When you create entities, they are not for you. They're for the nationals. If the people have said, yes, you created it and we want it, it is not upon you to take it the way you desire, because we now want it. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, I ably listened to the chairperson of the committee yesterday, answering all the defects in the law, with the harmony. And the question was, some entities were being deprecative. Her answers were all in negative. She asked, is UCDA being deprecative? She said no. Is UCDA destroying the harmony? She said no. Is UCDA being wasteful? She said no. She credited UCDA for being very good. And finally, and that's when I wondered what happened to the well-able chairperson, what happened to her. And we are here as Parliament to speak, to conclude the way she desired. She made the right submission, but feared to make the right conclusion. The right conclusion is to say that UCDA must stay. It performed excellently. It is not wasteful. It is not duplicative. It must stay for the good of the people. I submit, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you.
Honourable members.
Thank you.
Honourable Lumu, Honourable Medad.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
I will only give Alan.
Right Honourable Speaker, I have clearly heard from the Minister, and I am surprised that the Minister,
I'll give you.
the Minister did not quote from his bill, which is presenting to Parliament. I'll read section 3 of the bill. The purpose of the amendment of the National Coffee Act 2021 is to A. Mainstream the functions of the Coffee Development Authority into the ministry responsible for agriculture. What is interesting is in B. Abolish the Coffee Development Authority and transfer the functions of the Coffee Development Authority to the ministry responsible for agriculture. Madam Speaker, what is annoying is in 4. In 4 they say dissolution of Coffee Development Authority. On the commencement of this act, the Coffee Development Authority established by Act 17 shall be dissolved. I wonder how the contracts the minister has been talking about will be alive when the UCDA is completely dissolved. I have been with a lot of respect for the minister, and I don't know why you want to dissolve them from me. If the UCDA is not existing, then the contracts are as well dead. I want to submit briefly on the chairperson of the committee. Madam Speaker, I looked at the demeanor of the chairperson of the committee yesterday.
This guy's a report.
Yes. Madam Speaker, what she submitted in the report, and the Parliament carries it the way it is. And I want to suggest that the conclusion of the minority report should now be the conclusion of the majority, and then we carry that one. Other than that, the chairperson of the committee stands a bad record for having very good information and then pours bad water on it. The resolutions they made in the committee and the conclusion are completely different. I want, Madam Speaker, to say this. My people I represent in Mityana are the best coffee growers in Mityana district. And as I am talking now, they are sitting on the roads to see what this Parliament is going to resolve on the UCDA. Madam Speaker, I want to urge this House, and I want to pray before this House, at least consider UCDA to survive for the good and livelihood of the people in Uganda, including those ones who are growing coffee for the first time. Like my colleague here has suggested, that people in the north are now growing, they have woken up to grow coffee. Now if they have woken up, let us put more money in UCDA. They go to the north and teach them the best practices of growing coffee, and they get the money that they need to get. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honourable members, in the public gallery this afternoon, we have pupils and teachers from Frana Kindergarten Primary School. It is located in Nansana Municipality, Wakiso District. They are represented by Honourable Wakaima, Annington Insereko, and Honourable Naluima Ethel. Also in the public gallery this afternoon, we have students, teachers from Ombogo College School, located in Kawempe District. They are represented by Honorable Sekirinya Mohammed and Honorable Shamim. Honorable members, Honorable Medad.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. First, for encouraging members to listen to each other. Number one, Right Honorable Speaker, there is something called mischief. I was an adult when we established these agencies. And the reason given by the government was that we were establishing strategic agencies to propel the development of this country. After painful listening to my brother, the Honorable Rwamirama, who I will not refer to as Bright today, I heard him say that the mischief was about the fat salaries. If it were about the fat salaries and humongous budgets, then before we rationalize UCDA and these agencies, we should start with those that created these humongous expenditures. Indeed, if we are to rationalize on a rational basis, we should start with rationalizing the Ministry of Agriculture. We gave them district farm institutes. Where are they? We gave them farms in Buyikwe. Where is the farm in Buyikwe? We gave them extension farmers. Where are they? So if we are to deal with redundant expenditure, we gave them ranches. Where are they? We should start with the rationalization of this ministry itself and not entrust this ministry with functions of an entity that has been the brightest star in the country. Right Honorable Speaker, we were informed by the majority report yesterday, and I want to thank my sister, the chairperson, that coffee has been accounting for 55% of the agricultural exports. Why don't we want to spend on entities and areas which give us money? The reason we maintain agencies like URA, Uganda Investment Authority, is because they are strategic. Do you want to tell me that a blameless entity called UCDA, which has promoted coffee after the destruction and death of Coffee Marketing Board, should be sacrificed because some people are not doing their work? Can we talk about expenditure in a government, in a parliament, for strategic reasons that gives money to a private company, and then we say we cannot give money to an agency? We were informed yesterday, Right Honorable Speaker, that this authority is going to be absorbed in the ministry, and I want to ask, at what level? As a directorate? As a department? As a unit? Since when? If we are to do this, why don't we get things like KCCA, Investment Authority, URA, and put them back to the mother ministries because we want to rationalize? Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, there are people who are deeply concerned in this country. Why haven't we consulted the farmers, the coffee farmers, the cotton farmers, and all the other core stakeholders? I want to conclude by saying, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the destruction of a country begins with this, and we want to kill them. One will ask, what did Ugandans do to us to deserve the punishment of destroying the small veins that continue to feed them? Maybe you could tell us how much UCDA is consuming from your treasury. We would mobilize cooperatives and associations, coffee associations in this country, to foot that bill.
Before we wrap up, I would love to hear from you. What do you think the government should dissolve the UCDA, the Uganda Coffee Development Authority, or should they make it to protect Uganda's coffee industry? Let me know in the comments, and if you have enjoyed this breakthrough, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any updates on this story. for more topics that matter to Uganda.
Analogies have been made in this house with regards to coffee. There was an with regards to rationalization of stepmothers crying more, caring for more than the mothers. Then there was an analogy, and it was stepmothers. Asking myself, if we are now using the language of analogies, then why are we letting the mother? Why are we sacrificing the baby to a slaughterhouse of a mother? Why is the mother eating the baby? Because first of all, UCDA is doing very well. Now we want to slaughter it by sending it to a slaughterhouse of a mother who is going to end up eating it, engulfing it totally, so that we have nothing. My point coming to is, Madam Speaker, there was an argument of inefficiency of the DDA, of the cotton authority, and that is why we are saying that they need to be merged with MAIF. In this case, UCDA has shown all the right characters of efficiency, and we are still clamping it down with the ones that were allotted inefficient. Why are we still using the same argument? If UCDA is proceeding well, why do we need to rationalize it? Secondly, there is also the last one, Madam Speaker, the final one is, MAIF has been given so many agencies under its care. Already MAIF is overburdened and has characteristics that stand alone on its own.
Right, you're right. Right, Honorable Speaker, I wish to thank you. Right, Honorable Speaker, 32 years ago, Right Honorable Specioza Kazibwe led this House as the Minister of Agriculture to come up with UCDA. On that day, Parliament, I've been looking through the answer, Madam Speaker. Parliament unanimously agreed that to allow the coffee growing, marketing, and value addition to thrive, there needed to be a standalone authority to handle this matter. 32 years later, Madam Speaker, UCDA has not let us down. The story has turned from bad, from the coffee